Hi guys, welcome to FabFitting 50 Plus. I'm Sharon and today we're going to discuss underactive thyroid. So when I was diagnosed with underactive thyroid, it was a couple of years ago and I was going through the menopause. Now the symptoms are very similar, so I was very confused when I found out I had an underactive thyroid and that I was going to be on medication for the rest of my life. Very daunting situation to be in when you don't really have a clue what's going on. I didn't know anything about thyroid and underactive thyroid. The first thing that hit me was, oh my God, I'm going to put loads of weight on. And it was pretty scary. So when you've got an underactive thyroid, you have symptoms such as tiredness, loss of libido, hair loss, body temperature changes and constipation, and there's a few more there. So the things that I suffer from are body temperature. I'm literally always cold. Sometimes it gets to the point where I'll come home and run a hot bath just so that I can get warm. It's that feeling of you're cold to your bones. Hair loss for me has been a big issue. For 35 years I've been a hairdresser and I've always had lots of hair, thick hair. Not anymore, it's really fine. It's very thin. When you lose your hair through your thyroid, it doesn't come out from the root. You don't lose it from the roots. Well, I haven't. I've lost it from, so my hair's still quite thick at the roots, but it's breaking halfway down. So the cuticles and the cortex of my hair have become really weak. Now, bearing in mind, your thyroid affects every organ system in your body. So cell rejuvenation, lots of things, which is why it affects your hair and your nails and your skin. So finding a cure for that and finding something that's going to help me with that has been a massive issue. The next symptom I have is brain fog. Now, going through the menopause, that's a big issue as well for a lot of my friends who are currently going through menopause. Brain fog is terrible. I was a teacher for 20 years and found that it was becoming a problem going into classrooms, forgetting students' names, things that I'd been teaching for years and years just left my memory and I couldn't think on the spot, and it was quite embarrassing. So that is a massive issue for me. Constipation, that can be dealt with a little bit by diet. And weight gain. Now that is a massive issue for me because I've always been into fitness. My channel's based on women over 50 going through the menopause who do gain weight and have weight issues. And as you can see by my videos, I'm not the thinnest person, but I'm fit and I'm healthy. And that's what I'm trying to promote. Women nowadays strive to be super thin, and it can affect your life, it can affect your mood, and sometimes it's not realistic. So my channel's really realistic, and this is what I go through on a daily basis. Some of my videos I look okay, some of them I look a little bit overweight, and it's because I struggle on a daily basis with thyroid, with menopause. But I exercise, I look after me bones, me joints, me muscles, and I stick to a healthy diet. So that weight gain is sometimes not my doing. I'm fighting against my body all of the time, and it's so frustrating. So I've got a few things that have helped me. The first thing I want to say though is when you have your bloods done every 3 months, which you do when you have an underactive thyroid, because they need to check your levels all of the time, make sure that you keep a track of your own results. Don't just rely on your GP, because last year, my GP, I moved house and had a new GP. He basically told me to come off all of my medication, well, thyroxine, because my TH levels and my T3 levels were fine. However, I came off the medication and I was quite poorly. When I went back to the doctors, they said, why did you come off your medication? I came off my medication because I was told to. However, that doctor hadn't read the results correctly. So the results basically said abnormal, and he told me they were normal results, so to come off the medication. Now, how do you look at normal and abnormal and say the same word? So I had to go back on medication, and now I keep a check on my thyroid levels all of the time. So my TSH level, my T3 level, and I make a note every single time. That way you can keep an eye on what's going on in your own body. Don't rely on a GP. So over the last couple of years, I've had a look into this. I've done a little bit of research, and it's quite confusing because some websites will say do this, some websites will say don't. You do what's best for you. What I can tell you now is there's a few things that helped me. So you need to detox because, like I said, your thyroid affects every organ system in your body. So here's just a few juices that I like to have throughout the week, which detoxifies and, well, nourishes. And so we'll go through them. So hot water and lemon, very, very simple. Well, warm water and lemon, which is it's a detox, and it's going to detox your thyroid gland. Cucumber water, that nourishes your kidneys, your lymphatic system, and again, your thyroid gland. Celery, I absolutely hate, and I really wished I liked it because of this, because it does your T3 levels. It's really good for those. And then obviously I want to have a look at deficiency. So when you've got an underactive thyroid, you're normally deficient in things like vitamin D, zinc, B12, B6, magnesium and selenium. Iodine, that is a big one as well, because that's the main source for your thyroid. What you need to do is have a look at your diet and see if you can get some of those into your diet. So eating things that's going to help, and cutting out foods that's going to not help, basically. So you've got to eat a well-balanced diet. So you're looking at things like fruit, fish, eggs, lots of things like meats, poultry. Things that you need to avoid are, I love broccoli, and it's one of those things that you need to avoid. Broccoli, cabbage, Brussels sprouts, bok choy, kale, and they're full of iron as well, which you need. So you've got to eat things that are full of iron, and that's your leafy vegetables, which are, so it can be quite frustrating. Anyway, a lot of the foods that you eat in your diet, think about the ones that you're lacking, so the supplements that you're lacking. So guys, I hope this has helped a little bit, and I can really understand your struggles, because I struggle on a daily basis, especially with weight gain. This is the focus of my channel and why I promote exercise. Even though I don't look super skinny, when you get to our age, over 50, or anybody who's suffering with an underactive thyroid and struggle with weight gain, whether it's a menopause issue or an underactive thyroid issue, it can still cause you some anxieties. It can upset, it can make you frustrated, and sometimes you feel like you're fighting a losing battle, but you're being healthy. You're looking after your heart, your lungs, your kidneys, your brain, and exercise helps all of those things. So what I'm trying to say is, although you've got an underactive thyroid, yes, you have to work that little bit harder. If you're going through the menopause like me, you have to work even harder. And just remember, it's all about being happy. So if you can eat a little bit healthier, do some exercise every day, start to change and tweak your diet a little bit, and work on the things that I've discussed in this video, and try and avoid some of the things that I've discussed in this video as well. And hopefully you might find it a little bit easier and a little bit more confident. Now you know a little bit about how you can help and things to avoid and the exercise that you need to do. So on that note, if you like this video, please give it the thumbs up, subscribe to my channel so you get all of my new notifications, and even try some of my exercise sessions, and I'll see you soon.